Shreveport used to be pretty popular in the 1930s, but during the 1980s, its economy started to decline and poverty struck the city. And now a lot of government jobs are understaffed and underpaid, and the quality of life in Shreveport is beginning to decline. Adrian's promise as mayor was to reduce crime rates and to make sure the institutions get better by also improving the lives of government workers. And now Adrian goes undercover to observe how Shreveport's employees are actually doing their jobs. His family is pretty surprised to see that he's going undercover, and they're even more surprised when they see his makeup. Adrian is now disguised as Wayne Oliver, a steel worker who got displaced by technology. And as far as everybody's concerned, he's now doing this TV show about finding a job in Shreveport that may fit him after he lost his job. His first undercover assignment is to go to Shreveport's fire department. There he meets Dylan, a fire engineer, and learns the basics of firefighting. He starts out by learning how to put on a fire suit in under 2 minutes, which was not an easy task, and learns more about the hazards of the job. Dylan takes Adrian, or should I say Oliver, on a fire drill, and Adrian notices the hazards and the difficulty associated with firefighting. Adrian also gets close to Dylan and finds out more about his personal life and learns that he has 2 kids that he is trying to provide for with his firefighting job. And after they have a few conversations, Dylan also tells him that sometimes they face problems with criminals who try to shoot at them. And Adrian now understands that something has to be done. His next undercover visit is at Shreveport's recreational center, where he meets Coach Brown. As Adrian spends his time with Coach Brown, he interacts with the kids and sees how understaffed the recreational center is. And Coach Brown also talks about how he has to turn away some kids because he just doesn't have the facility to house more than 100 kids at the recreational center. We also later find out that sometimes there isn't enough food for the kids in the rec center, so people who work there like Coach Brown have to take money out of their own pockets to feed the kids. And this, combined with the fact that the rec center can't house more than 100 kids, is a very big issue, as Shreveport's crime rate is rising and kids who end up on the streets with nothing to do will now become susceptible to things like drugs. And this is completely unacceptable to Adrian, who wants to see his community and city grow. Next, Adrian meets with Jason, a community liaison officer. When it comes to crime stats, the relationship between the police and the community is a very vital factor, and Adrian as mayor realizes this and wants to see how Jason interacts with his community. But what Adrian didn't take into consideration is that going undercover with a cop is not really a good idea, as they have a nose for this kind of thing and can detect it pretty quick. And this is exactly what happened with Jason, as he figures out that Oliver is actually Adrian, the mayor of Shreveport. But even though Adrian got busted today, he learned a lot from Jason and about the importance of the relationship between a community and the police force. And from this, Adrian concluded, as mayor of Shreveport, he needs to work harder to bridge the gap between the community and the government. Next, Adrian heads to Mary, a park maintenance worker whose job is to go around Shreveport and clean up the city. This specific job is not really an easy one, as park maintenance can be quite difficult, and a positive attitude and good morale are key to doing the job correctly. But when Adrian met Mary, he saw just how difficult the park maintenance job is. And as he asked more about her personal life, he realized just how difficult it is to do this job with low wages. For example, Mary, who's a single mom of twins and lives in a trailer, is facing difficulty providing for her kids, as she could lose the park maintenance job at any point and there are no guarantees, and even with the job, she doesn't have enough cash to even fix the hole in her trailer. Adrian's encounter with Mary made him realize just how much work needs to be done on a systematic level to help these pivotal employees of the city that keep the community together. And now, Adrian's undercover job is done, and it's time to reveal who he really is. Everyone, except for Jason of course, was stunned to know that he was the mayor of Shreveport. Starting with Dylan, Adrian informs him about the changes and the surprises he has in store for him and the fire squad. He tells him that he spoke to a company that's now going to donate money so that firefighters in different parts of Shreveport can have Kevlar vests for safety. And on top of that, Adrian also provides Dylan football tickets so that Dylan may go with his son to check out the game. And it doesn't just end there for Dylan, as Adrian tells him that he's setting up a college fund for both his kids. And next, Adrian talks to Jason and does the same thing and sets up a college fund for his son. Adrian then reveals himself to Mary and tells her that he's going to fix her trailer and also provide her with new furniture. But the surprise doesn't just end there, as Adrian spoke to Louisiana State University and they gave Mary a free of charge 4-year scholarship. And last but not least, Adrian talks with Coach Brown and tells him that he got him a $10,000 vacation for him and his family, but that's not the only thing he got him. As Adrian cares a lot about children in the community, he spoke to a company that's willing to provide $110,000 for 2 multi-purpose sports fields. And these fields are going to be constructed right where Coach Brown runs the rec center. And with the help of these fields, now Coach Brown can take care of all the children inside Shreveport community.